idea how important this moment is to me.
We may need to reproduce this again.
I'm at Joe Glaser's shop, my friend, and look what he is bestowing upon me. The original 434 East Iris mailbox that you guys have driven by a million times. What happened to the front door?
I don't know. I'm looking for the front door.
We need that. We need
it
that.
May have gotten,
and where are the 434 numbers?
There never were any.
There never were? Okay.
It may have gotten run over.
Joe's going to sign it for me. You got to get that Sharpie. I want to see you sign this.
All right, I'll sign it, man.
And what's your name?
I'm Nick, man.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good.
You're immortalized from this moment on. This is the Homeskoolin show.
Oh, awesome. I'm a big fan, man.
Dude, thank you. Do you realize how iconic and important this item is right here? This is not just your typical mailbox. This mailbox, Joe, what year do you think this is from? Did he leave? I think he left.
I don't know, maybe.
I think he left. Charlie, how you doing, man? Hey, what year you think this mailbox is from? I'll give you a little tour of the upstairs here at Glaser's. They probably don't want us showing this stuff, but dude, there is some stuff going on up here. Imagine the years of collecting. Look at this. Look at this. If he ever had to move this shit out of here, it would be a big deal. Look at this. I'll bet you a lot of people out there watching the show have garages like this, right? These are a lot of flood guitars here. There's an old Gretsch neck. Blanks. Lots of cases. If you ever need cases, come see Joe Glaser. Look at this box of necks. Look at this. Music Bandit. Oh my
Hey, this
God.
did say 434 on
It
it.
did say 434. All right, you gonna sign it? You gotta
And
sign it. You gotta sign
you want to sit,
Yes.
sign it in here or
Sign it.
downstairs? Let's
Sign
sign
it.
it downstairs.
Let's go downstairs.
I don't think there's.
So what about this box of necks over there, Joe? What are you doing with that? There's all kind of cool necks in there.
Are you? Is this a?
I'm live. I'm just showing them up here. Is that okay?
There's some cool.
No, no.
That's not where the cool necks are.
Show me some cool necks.
You want to see a cool neck?
I want to see some cool. Look at this, like Fender. There's an acoustic neck. Look at that. Shenandoah.
Yeah, this is the junk. This is just junk.
Dr. Mojo.
Yeah, this is just junk stuff. But somewhere.
This is a cool neck. Look at this. Saber neck.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody out there really wants this, man.
Well, they probably really want this 12-string neck. I'd love to not have this anymore.
Well, they knew who to contact.
Yeah,
Look at that.
you know,
That's really
It's
cool.
not getting in better condition sitting up here.
There's an old P-bass neck.
You want the interesting neck tour? I'll
Yeah, give me the interesting neck tour.
But
Or just anything interesting.
it's not. I don't
What is
believe
this? Lap steel? Is that a lap steel?
Oh, you know what this is? You know what this is?
Yeah.
I cut this neck off.
That's a Supro.
Yeah, a long time
Yeah.
ago. I put a guitar neck on the Supro
Sick.
because it had the that Supro Rycooter pickup, and so
Oh.
it's out there. The guy who played with Garth Brooks had it. It's like the body was this with the pickup, and it had a
Amazing.
regular Fender neck on it.
That's so cool. Wow.
What else is up here?
What are you ever going to do with all this shit, Joe? I mean, seriously. What the hell are you
Once
gonna
I
do
go
with
on
it?
vacation, they'll just take it all.
Are you just going to go out for cigarettes one day and never come back?
in, yeah. And they'll find me bloated. They'll find. Oh, here, look at this.
What's a brooch?
You know what this is?
Hey, what's a brooch?
Check this out.
What's a brooch?
Brooch is a piece of jewelry.
Is it?
What do you think this is?
I know what that is.
What is this?
That is a, that can only be one thing. Chapman stick neck.
No, pedal steel
Pedal steel.
for tapping. I did this
For
for Buddy
tapping.
Emmons.
No shit.
Yeah. Paul, I think Paul's still got one, but I did this one for Buddy.
This is a museum up here that only you could curate.
Nobody else knows what this stuff is.
I mean, everyone else
they
would
don't
just
even
look
care
at
what this stuff
No,
is.
they don't care. Is that pedals over there? You have pedals? Where's all that shit?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So, dude, do you find stuff here all the time that you didn't even remember you had? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't remember what I had for breakfast, so of course I find stuff.
Yeah.
But there was
This is amazing.
there's
This is a
some
real
really
museum.
interesting stuff here. You know,
Look at this. There's a bunch of necks. Look.
here's my original, when I was first building, there's the very first Strat router template thing I made. When I moved to Nashville in 1979, my girlfriend's brother was at a garage sale and he found this 4x8 sheet of aluminum, this thick, painted green like it was in somebody's, God knows what, it weighed about 400 pounds.
That is the coolest.
And I made my first templates out of it.
What year did you open this place? What was the first year of Glaser Instruments?
Here, 79 or 80, something like that.
Is that your beer bong collection right there?
Yeah, we used that for... There's something else in here I'll show you.
This is amazing. Look at all these pots. If a guy needed some pots, look at this.
Yeah, but you know, people have gone through that over the years.
All the good stuff's gone. All the 59 Central Labs.
Where is it? I want to show you something I thought you'd get a kick out of, but maybe it's not up here. When I was making electric mandolins, I had to make this case. Oh, there it is. Check this thing out.
Oh, yes.
I made this one day. It's got a bender on it. I needed something to make a case out, to send to the case maker to make cases for. And this was the little electric mandolins I made, you know.
So that's like a mock-up of one of your mandolins.
Yeah, and I made this in about an hour. There are the knobs, there's the pickups.
Wow.
There's the bender, strap buttons.
Dude, that is so cool.
Yeah.
You should be displaying that downstairs somewhere.
If there was a museum, it would be in it.
Dude, all right. So, for example,
here's electric mandolin neck. 3 of 88.
wow.
1988.
Look at that flame on there. That's beautiful.
Oh, some of these were incredibly flaming. Here's the next one just never finished. Look at that flame.
Damn, dude. Why don't you take some of that endless free time you have and finish some of these? You know, that tedious free time you have?
This was being made for Red.
Red Volcar?
No, Red somebody.
Red Silver.
Some red guy.
Amazing.
And I never finished it. Something must have happened to it.
Wow. Say if one of our viewers wanted to buy that mock-up mandolin just as a memento, how much do you sell that for?
3,000.
Okay. I'll have that sold by the end of the day. 3,000.
I'll go show you some interesting stuff.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't get rid of it.
I know.
Money wouldn't buy that.
Money wouldn't buy that.
It's my nightmares.
Oh man, what's going on back here?
Oh, you don't want to go back
Okay,
there?
I won't go back there.
I'll show you something back there.
Let's go back there.
From my building days,
Wow.
this was alder.
Wow, dude. Look at all this wood.
This has been what they call air dried for 40 years.
In an attic.
And they had curly maple. And some of this is unbelievably curly. Look at this. Look at this stuff.
Dude.
Have you ever seen anything? I mean, this would make Paul Reed Smith get down on his knees and beat the floor with his fists.
He would.
Look at this big wide piece of look at that. That looks like.
Dude.
There's some great wood here.
Where'd you get all this shit?
Dude, it's just I collected them.
You were a total
wood
pack
wacko.
rat.
Look how
You're a
beautiful
pack
that is.
rat.
Well, I mean, this was so hard to get in the day.
Look at that giant headset.
Look at that piece of wood.
God, man. That's fantastic. What is that crazy display thing over there?
Oh, that's something that Plek made. It's a strobe, and you can put a string on it, slow it down. You can see the overtones and you can see the partials inside the. It's like the string is going like this because the strobe slows it down.
Amazing.
This is all Brazilian. It's just in a heap.
You keep all these old Pepsi boxes? 1979. Look at that.
I stored something. Look, see all that curly over there?
Dude, like what is like a chunk of this worth? I mean, if you sold
That
that.
piece of wood probably there.
Yeah, right there.
That's probably $200 worth of wood. I would think. I think that would be. I could sell that for that easily. Maybe twice that.
So,
People pay $500 or $600 for first class guitar top.
Of course they would. So, if somebody wanted some of this stuff, are you open to talking about selling it, or are you just gonna hoard it the rest of your life? Is that what you're doing? I mean, it's okay to say. There's no wrong answers here.
I'm just trying to get on an episode of Hoarders.
Well, yeah, you could do it with this stash. Look at this. Imagine the spiders in there. Just think about it.
There are no spiders up here.
Man, this is awesome.
But this stuff, this is really great wood. This is just some of this is This is all one tree that this stuff that had red writing on the end. MR stands for Michael Reed, who was Paul Smith. When Paul was making his first 14 guitars, he called me up and said, his first 14 production guitars, his first 14, called me up and said, I need humbuckers for it. Do you know where I can get some? And because there was a company here that was using humbuckers and throwing them out, I bought these things from somewhere, stripped the wire off and sent them to him. He said, I'm gonna give you my best secret. It's my wood guy, because he was just getting started.
Sure.
And I was using curly, he was using curly. Phil Kubicki, maybe 3 other people in the world were using curly maple. I mean, Gibson had prior to that, but they all forgot about it. And so Michael Reed was his guy. And so I went up and visited Michael. I filled my truck up with it, and the red stuff was really good. It had MR on it because I had to protect the secret of where it was coming from.
Oh, wow.
And he's apparently still, Michael Reed is no longer in the cloud, in the wood. He's now a legend, and so
Legend,
it's
yeah.
nothing to be protected.
So, if there was one thing up here you could save from a fire, what would it be? In this whole upstairs?
My butt.
Your butt. Yeah, you don't want that roasted.
Listen, I'm not a sentimental guy. I'm a little bit sentimental, but not much.
You're a pack rat. You're a total sentimental.
All right, guilty.
You are. I mean, this is awesome.
I won't have to worry about the mailbox because now you have it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take such good care of that thing. I'm gonna cherish it.
What the fuck is this?
I'm proud to have it. Yeah. What is that? That's like that. Remember in Chris's story when they got the leg lamp?
Oh, you know what this is? This shouldn't be up here getting warm. This is the 2 guitars that I loaned the stored guitars exhibit. Did you go see that thing at the Frist?
No, but they sent it back in that crate? They had somebody build that?
They built it. The exhibit opened first in Richmond, Virginia. Some really beautiful guitars in it. It was
I heard all
Frist
that.
until August 13th.
So Joe,
There's a
first of all,
blonde Super 400.
you didn't even know this was here.
L5.
I love
They
that.
returned it while I was out of town.
Okay, and then they built a crate like that.
Look at this case.
That's amazing. So there's like a Super 400 and what else?
There's a beautiful blonde Super 400 and a beautiful, blonde like blonde before they were blondes.
Do you think that's a bit overkill to send it back in that box?
This show ended up in, the show ended up in at the Frist.
What if you opened it up
They
and
could have, I told them they could bring them back over here in guitar cases.
Yes, of
They
course.
And then I guess my guys brought this upstairs.
Dude, how'd they get it up the stairs?
I don't know.
How do you open the thing?
I have no idea. I think you have to know somebody.
This is fascinating. Wow. I mean, dude, it would cost $1,000 to make this box.
I'm sure they spent more than that.
At least.
They had, you didn't go to the show, they had some really incredible historic guitars in there.
Wow.
But I've blonde, they made 7,
Fretware. Of all kinds.
according to the Gibson shipping records, they made 7 blonde, non-cutaway Super 400s of the first style, the first type.
Yeah. How many do you have?
One of them's in here.
Okay,
And
how
they
many
also made,
L5s do you have?
They also made
Tell me how many
very
L5s
few 35, 36, 37 blonde L5 non-cuts. And I got one of them from you.
Yes. Joe doesn't get excited about much. He's had every guitar you can imagine. He doesn't really care about bursts. He doesn't care about, what I've noticed that you like, there's certain things you like. You like old L5s. You like old Super 400s. You also have a bit of an affinity for Blackguards, although not nearly as much as those Gibsons.
Well, I mean, the whole Blackguard thing, that came and went. I mean, only because before everybody was tuned into them, I was really interested in them.
You've had hundreds, right?
I've had some.
You're the only guy I know who found a Blackguard in the closet that you didn't even know you had.
I told you the other day, I found in the basement, I found an ice blue metallic
P-bass
P-bass
that you didn't remember even purchasing.
I didn't have any idea I had it.
You've had great instruments that you've let people borrow that have disappeared. You have no idea who you gave it to.
Our great shop telly, which was a see-through white body, very realistic, that I made in the early '80s, and a 60 rosewood, slab rosewood Teleneck had an early bender in it. That was the shop bender, and I loaned that. I had to have loaned that to somebody. I loaned it to somebody to check out. They had to be somebody special. It never would have been loaned, and I don't remember who it was, and they never returned it.
How many guitars do you think you've lost from loans? Half dozen?
Probably.
Yeah. I remember when dear Will Owsley died, everyone was trying to figure out what happened to that gold top that he used to have. That early, like 69.
He traded that gold top off.
He did?
Yeah, he traded the gold top off. What I have of his was the D18 that he ran over in the parking lot at the airport while he was on the phone to me. he hit town. He called me every day. He hit town. He's like, I'm back. Where are you? Where are you? I was like, I'm at the airport. I'm just picking up my car now. Yeah, I'm getting in, and you hear the engine start, and then you hear.
Oh my God!
And I said, that didn't sound good. And he said, I don't know what that was.
Oh,
hang on a second. He got out, and he'd run over his D18.
And you fixed it?
No.
You never did?
It was just too, and he didn't last a lot longer than that. So
yeah,
I never did.
Sadly. Did you? How many? Joe, a lot of people may not know, was instrumental in fixing what 90% of the guitars that got flooded here in 2010.
Probably. It was 140 something guitars all total, but yeah, I think that several people helped take them apart.
Right.
Vince Canetto and some of the other guys.
Right.
Everybody came in and helped take them apart, but we fixed these things up.
And so, is there truth?
Yes.
To the old myth
Absolutely
that
true.
they sound better after they've been
Absolutely
flooded?
true. Absolutely
It's true.
And people independent of each other reported this. Keith, his original blonde telly.
Yeah.
When he got that back, he said that. Lusinger said it about his 335. John Jorgensen said it about stuff.
Yeah.
Paul Smith, got 2 guitars back from Brent Mason. He called me one day and said, "What's going on here? We just fixed these things up to put them on the wall from the flood. They sound great."
Amazing.
I was like, I can tell you what happened.
Oh man.
Urine, water, and
yeah, Cumberland River, buddy. Do you think if I borrowed that headgear from you, I could be Joe Glaser for Halloween?
Am I wearing that? Sorry. I look like I need
That might be my Halloween costume this year.
I've gone into Kroger before with this thing on, forgetting I'm taking it off.
It looks so natural on you. You were
I'll tell you
born
what
to wear it.
You know what the deal with this is?
It's your headgear.
No.
It's what you wear.
These are 2X.
Okay.
This is 2X. If you're working on something and you're looking at it 4 times magnified, 4
Right.
times to, you get it looking great that way.
Sure.
And you then, doesn't take any longer, but you then hand it to a civilian or just somebody without this, it'll look like $1 million.
Of course.
It doesn't take any longer. It's just like what you do.
Right.
When you play a
Fine-tune.
world-class
Yeah.
world-class line, it doesn't take you any more work or any longer than somebody who does the same thing sloppy.
Yeah.
But a person perceiving it will go, holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what these things do.
That's amazing. That's
Dan
your
Erlewine
secret.
came up with this.
Dan Erlewine did. Okay, so
Look at all this fretware.
Real quick.
We stock and use
this is a
all
Life
these.
collection, right?
What?
Fretware?
No, this is what we really use.
Is it really?
About 5 of these we created. They're widely used now, but we had somebody make them first, and then
Right.
Jescar makes them, and then people use them a lot.
What are your thoughts about putting really small mandolin frets on a bass?
I think it reduces the amount of noise your hands make lifting off the string.
Who was the first guy to ever do that?
Supposedly Sklar,
Right.
and then various people tried it here.
Yeah.
I think it really works. It doesn't feel comfortable, but it's much quieter.
Yeah. Much quieter. Yeah.
Lifting as you lift your hands off. It's not. I think he did it for tuning or something, but it turns out if frets are really well dressed, it's not a tuning issue because they have a center peak, but it's much quieter.
A lot of people don't know this about Joe Glaser. I'm going to brag you up because they're on video here. The travelingest guy I've ever known. Always going on trips to crazy places.
Travelingest guy, not in a band.
Right. That's not in a band. What do you got your eyes on next for your next journey?
I think the next thing I do is I go to Sweetwater to work with them to teach them some stuff for a couple days, and then I go to a place I can't disclose to a private collector who bought a plec, who has his own plec.
Yeah.
And then after that, I go to Italy. Then I go to Italy for 2 weeks I'm going to present at the Cremona guitar and violin festival, and then
You're
travel around.
always doing something. It's fat. You love traveling, don't you?
I just love taking advantage of the opportunity of being alive.
Isn't that
That's
cool?
the truth.
Dude,
You know that. You do
that
the
is-
same thing.
That is so inspiring.
You do the same thing.
Dude, I love you just said that. That's so cool. Man, if there was ever a point to a video, there it is. Right there. Dude, I mean, yeah, you could sit around and waste your life, or you could go out there and grab it by the horns.
You can complain. Hey, I know this is being videoed, so here's a message to you guys.
Yeah.
You can sit around, look at a guitar with a magnifying glass, call somebody up or go online, complain about it, or you can play it.
Yes.
And you don't get as good as the guy on the other side of this without obsessing about the amount of things that you play and how
Boy.
often over and over again.
That's a
And
fact.
That's
That's a fact.
that's the bottom line.
Dude, it means the world to me that you're giving me this historic mailbox. I mean, I'm not saying you're giving it to me. I'll pay you handsomely for
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah.
I'll pay you handsomely.
You're gonna play.
So, yeah.
Well, you're gonna pay what they're worth on the collector's market.
Right. Well, who knows? The untold fortunes.
That's
for this
20 or
thing.
30 cents worth of sheet metal.
Thanks for being on the video, Joe.
Thank you, sir.
This is fun. Thanks for showing us your inner sanctum.
Yeah.
See you, bro. The whole mess of God's gonna sign the box. This is great. This is great.
You don't get out the door till you sign it.
This is a special moment,
Charlie
guys.
escaped.
Thank you.
Charlie got out.
Charlie snuck out. We missed him.
Charlie's
We
opened
missed
that
him.
box more than anybody ever.
That's
He's a
right.
felon.
That's
He's
right.
fine.
That's right. I'll bring it back and get his
Bring that.
signature on it. That'd be important.
Is this going in the man cave or something?
Yes, I'm gonna put it in the house. Dude, you know how many legendary guitar players have driven by and looked at this this box? This is iconic.
It is a pretty iconic box.
This is the only identifying factor of this hideous building.
Yeah. That's the great thing about it. It's like you don't know what you're looking for, but when you see it, you know you're there.
This is great.
I've already signed.
This is lovely. Oh, dude, make yours like really big, Joe, because you're the guy that started all
You
this
go on the
shit.
lid.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's my place.
Look at that. Thanks, guys. Very
Stop you
sweet.
sign? Yeah.
Thank you, boys.
There you go.
I appreciate it.